Hello, hello, hello. We're going to do a different kind of video today. I have this cute little butterfly thing on the eyes. We have pretty, like, super light pastel-y fake fingernails from Kiss. I will try to put all of the makeup that I can remember about this look because I've been working on it for a while. Like, it took a while to make this look, but I think it's pretty, and so is Miss Paris Hilton, who we are reading her book today. That is our kitty. If you want to say hi to the kitty, she's a kitty chaos, and she is so mad that mommy picked her up. Oh, she's getting to be an older kitty. Okay. So, I've been sick this last week and super stressed because next week I start manager training at my grocery store, and that will be for 5 weeks, and then on the 6th week I'm doing some corporate training in Wooster, Ohio, helping them open up their store there. So I'll be there for a week doing some training, and I'm super excited for all of what's coming, but I'm so nervous because I've never been this person. So it's really interesting to be accomplishing something this major, because that would have never happened to me, previously on 24. Oh my gosh, I don't have my nose ring in. I remembered it falling down. Pause just a moment. Okay, now I feel like myself, and looking in my Jeffree Star mirror. I love this mirror. It glows in the dark. I just recently got it. If you have not seen my mirror collection TikToks, that's fun. So anyway, oh, and by the way, the new Jeffree Star collection, the cotton candy collection, I always imagined that if I was if I had like a stage name, it would be Cotton Candy Mandy, because I love pink and blue so much. And by the way, I love the rainbow anyway, so what am I talking about? But I always imagined myself as Cotton Candy Mandy. I love candy. Everybody knows this about me. Anywhere I go, I have candy, and for the last, I don't know, 6 months or so, I have bought out the surrounding areas fruit chews. I love them. They're like Tootsie Rolls, but they're fruity. So anyway, everybody who knows me knows I always have candy. And then that way they know they can always have access to candy. Anyway, who am I kidding? I'm not eating chewy candy while I'm reading you guys a book. Ugh. I'll take breaks for that. We have our trusty Coca-Cola, which means we're cleaning the drains. It's drain cleaner. Cleans all the drains out. Anywho, when I started reading this book by Paris, it says Paris the Memoire. And when I started reading the book, I thought, oh my gosh, this is a mental health channel where we also do makeup. I thought about doing, filming a bunch of makeup looks or something to be playing while I was reading, but I decided that there's no way I have enough time for that. I have a full-time job that I work almost 50 hours a week. There's no way I'm going to be doing that much content, but we are going to read this book. So let's get started. Paris, the Memoire by Paris Hilton. For the family I was born into, the family I made, and the family I found along the way, I love you. Prolog. Dr. Edward Hallowell, author of Driven to Distraction, says that the ADHD brain is like a Ferrari with bicycle brakes. Powerful, but difficult to control. My ADHD makes me lose my phone, but it also makes me who I am. So if I'm going to love my life, I have to love my ADHD. And how I do, and I do love my life. It's June 2022, and I'm having one of the best weeks ever. My friend, Christina Aguilera, my neighbor, invited me to be one of her top secret special guests at LA Pride. And as my crew moved my DJ equipment out the door, I was so nervous and excited, I left the house without my shoes and showed up at a backstage trailer in a tank shirt, velour track pants, and socks, which was even more embarrassing when I accidentally went in the wrong dressing room. Some backup dancers were in there getting dressed and screamed for joy when they saw me. So, selfies, obviously. I always try to do it myself, like hold the person's camera so it's angled down, which is important if you're tall because it's so unflattering when the angle is up your nostrils or the person's hands are shaking because they're maybe nervous and a bit shy, which I totally relate to. So I did that with loves it, sliving, and all the things. And then off I went in my socks, doing this thing my husband Carter calls the unicorn trot. Not fully running, more graceful than galloping, and less like skipping than dancing. I have a hard time going slow. So then I'm here at Pride with Christina and about 30,000 other people, all decked out in rainbows and sparkles, dancing, laughing, hugging, having the best time during my set, which came right after Kim Petras, who sang at our wedding last year, this beautiful ballad version of Stars Are Blind, and then Can't Help Falling in Love, as Carter and I walked down the aisle, which is why that song brought tears to my eyes last week at Britney Spears' wedding when our gorgeous angel princess bride emerged after all those nightmare years and floated down the aisle in Versace, because Versace, please. With that iconic Elvis Presley song, which has been sung at millions of weddings in Vegas, where my grandfather, Baron Hilton, started the whole Vegas residency trend by having Elvis at the Las Vegas Hilton International back in 1969, paving the way for Britney and so many other groundbreaking performers to flourish in that format. A perfect example of how one's creative vision sparks a cascade of genius that goes on and on into the future. Another perfect example, my great-grandfather, Conrad Hilton. Wait, where was I? Pride. This crowd. Oh my God. Energy, love, light, unbreakable spirit. I'm behind the board. It's like piloting a spaceship full of the coolest people in the galaxy. My set is structured around iconic music like Toxic, alongside a sick beat breaker remix of Genie in a Bottle by Christina, Queen of the Night, plus a lot of other dope originals and remixes, which I should put up on the podcast or YouTube because this set is so fun. Note to self, make playlist for this book. I was so hyper-focused on my set. Note to self, add Ultra Natte to playlist. Huh? What is that? Okay, now I have to know what that is. It didn't even hit me until I was halfway through that I had left my phone on the counter in that trailer where I took the selfies with the half-dressed backup dancers. This this so far is my whole life. Like, yes, ma'am. Yes. So she says, fuck. I'm trying not to say fuck all the time. I don't want to wear it out because it's such a good word for so many occasions. Noun, verb, job description, fill in the blank. Fuck saves the day. So, fuck. Because I feel naked without my phone. And I'm super paranoid about somebody getting a hold of it and blasting the contents all over the internet, which has happened more than once. That must be terrifying. So thank God for Cade, best friend, guardian angel, who went and located the stray phone after I killed my set. And then we all went to the after party Christina and I hosted at the Soho House downtown. Now I'm home with my loves, Diamond Baby, Slivington, Crypto, Ether. Is that Ether? Ether. And Harajuku bitch. I'm sorry. Paris, you're hilarious. The OG chinchilla. No, not chinchilla. That's a different animal altogether. It's Chihuahua. I'm so sorry. The valedictorian of my high school, her name's Erin, and I'm pretty sure she has chinchillas. Anyway, gorgeous blondes with chinchillas? Yes, please. See how we're just alike? I'm just alike with you, okay? Just saying. Shout out to Harajuku bitch. She's 22 years old. Multiply that by 7 dog years. She's literally 154. She sleeps 23 hours a day and looks like Gizmo from Gremlins. But she's still here living her best life. I know one night I'll come home to find she has fallen asleep forever. I'm so scared of that night. My goodness, my voice is a whole problem. I'm really sorry that I've been sick. And I hate that random intrusive thought. Intrusive thoughts are my enemies. Not enemies, nemesises. See, making up words that aren't on the page, that's my nemesis. Just saying. It took me like several extra years to learn how to read, so I have some sort of barrier with it. I can still do it relatively well because practice, but it definitely did not come natural to me. I make up things as I think that they should be. It's frustrating if you're trying to teach somebody how to read. Anyway, cutting through my job, even when I've been part of an epic event with people who lift me higher than high, and my husband is up in bed waiting patiently for me to take my bath and do my skincare routine, which he knows I never shortcut. From the time my sister and I were little girls, our mom instilled in us the value of skincare. I always feel her with me in the soothing ritual. Skincare, if you're doing it right, means claiming a moment of tenderness in an abrasive world. You remove the mask, your brave face, your funny face, your enforcer face, your hard candy coating, and see yourself cleansed and replenished. And it's like, okay, I'm good. You feel everything so keenly when you've just washed your face, like a newborn feels that first sting of fresh air. Kim Kardashian and I were making frittata and French toast coated with frosted flakes for breakfast one morning. That is a decadent breakfast. And she said, I don't know anyone who parties as hard as you do and looks as good as you do. Skincare, seriously. If you take nothing else from my story, receive this. Skincare is sacred. Girl, yes. Yes. 1000%. See Jeffree Star Skin. Not affiliated. By the way, I've been using that for like 2 weeks, and we love the way our skin feels. Okay, skincare is sacred. Remember, skincare is sacred. Most women who did coke back in the 1990s looked beat by the mid-aughts. That was a strong deterrent for me. I won't say I never tried it, but I wasn't about to sacrifice my complexion for it. Same with cigarettes. You may as well hit yourself in the face with a shovel. Well, there you go. These days, my only bad habit is spray tanning. My sister Nikki can't stand it, but I'm kind of addicted. Otherwise, Carter and I are on big on wellness and skincare. We always say, forever's not long enough. Taking care of ourselves is something we do for each other out of love. We want our good life to last. After I put the frittata in the oven and set a cute little penguin timer, Kim said, now is the 12 minutes when we clean. Clean as you go is the rule. My only rule is skincare. Sunscreen is my 11th commandment. You may be wondering, what does all this have to do with ADHD? Nothing. Also everything. And anything. All at once. ADHD is exhausting and exhilarating, and it's how God made me, so it must be right. Carter doesn't fully grasp what it means to be ADHD, but he's the first and only man in my life who made an effort to understand. Early in our relationship, he spent a lot of time and energy researching ADHD, which is the most authentically loving thing any man has ever done for me. Most people sigh, drum their fingers, and let me know how insanely frustrating it is to be sucked into the endless spin cycle of life. Carter rolls with it. Where most people see a dumpster fire, Carter sees Burning Man. He gets frustrated for sure, but he's not trying to deprogram me. Carter is a venture capitalist, M13. The company he founded with his brother, Courtney, is known for engaging with unicorns, startups valued at more than $1 billion, like Rothy's, Rings, and Daily Harvest. Carter is a unicorn whisperer. He's sentimental and forward-thinking, and he likes to be the boss. But he has a light touch. If we're in an 11:11 media board meeting talking about a contract and I go off on a tangent about a better tool for impromptu IG videos and how the tools could be styled, manufactured, and marketed in a really fun, accessible way, and I could promote them via cross-promotional content, and what if the knob was like a little otter or sloth or kangaroo? God, I love you, Paris. Like, wow, you get me. Carter leans in to, no. Carter leans to whisper in my ear, "Babe." Not in a mean way, just to bring me back to center. A while back, I was featured in The Disruptors, a documentary about extraordinary people with ADHD, including will.i.am, Jillian Michaels, Justin Timberlake, the founders of JetBlue and IKEA, Steve Madden, Simone Biles, Adam Levine, Terry Bradshaw, astronaut Scott Kelly, Channing Tatum, the list goes on and on. The Disruptors also features Dr. Hollowell and other psychologists and neurologists who advanced the science of ADHD. The message of the film really flies in the face of the misconceptions and stigma. The structure and function of the ADHD brain are a throwback to a time when you had to be a badass to survive, find food, and procreate. Visual cue, Raquel Welch as the iconic cave woman queen in 1 million years BC. The frontal lobe, home of impulse control. Where was I? The frontal lobe, home of impulse control, concentration, and inhibition, is smaller because the primitive badass had to react on instinct without fear. Neutral pathways don't connect or mature at the same rate because it was more important for the primitive badass queen to be better at picking berries and killing saber-toothed tigers than she was at reading novels. Dopamine and non-adrenaline powerful chemicals that regulate sleep and facilitate communication between brain cells were on a slow drip because she had to wake up at the snap of a twig. I, like 5% of children and 2.5% of adults, am a primitive badass in a world of contemporary thinkers, a world that wants obedience and conformity. Even if we wanted to be the orderly people our loved ones want us to be, we don't have it in us. We must embrace who we are or die trying to be someone else. The benefits of ADHD include creativity, intuition, resilience, and the ability to brainstorm. I'm good at damage control because I'm constantly losing things, showing up late, and pissing people off. I'm good at multitasking because I'm not hardwired to concentrate on one thing for a big block of time. Because my attention span is limited, I don't see time as linear. Same girl, same. The ADHD brain processes past, present, and future as a spirograph of interconnected events, which gives me a certain spidey sense about fashion trends and technology. It's easy to follow my bliss because my bliss is whatever interests me at any given moment. My brain chemistry craves sensory input, sounds, images, puzzles, art, motion, experiences, everything that triggers adrenaline or endorphins. That's all as necessary as oxygen for the ADHD brain. I don't just love fun, I need fun. Fun is my jet fuel. The primary disadvantage of ADHD is that most people around you are often inconvenienced, weirded out, or hurt by your behavior. So your constantly getting judged and punished, which makes you feel like shit. Suicidal ideation is higher in people with ADHD. Self-loathing and self-medication are endemic. If the rest of the world says you're obnoxious or stupid or just not braining right, loving yourself is an act of rebellion, which is beautiful but exhausting, especially when you're a little kid. With that needy little kid always inside you, your life becomes an epic quest for love, or whatever feels like love in the moment. I was never medicated as a kid, never tested for ADHD, and as far as I know, even if you have the most wonderful, loving parents in the world, and I do, diagnosis doesn't always happen early, especially for girls who are good at hiding the symptoms. Treatment of ADHD has traditionally focused on squashing undesirable behavior. In the 1980s, my goodness. Where was I? In the 1980s, people had just started talking about being hyper or being on the spectrum. No one ever said, "Relax, little girl. There are many different kinds of intelligence." She is so right. Nobody ever said that growing up in the 80s. Instead, people told me I was dumb, bratty, careless, ungrateful, or not applying myself. And none of that was true. I had to be creative and work hard to fit in, but I'm naturally creative and hardworking, so I was in it every day, grinding away, trying to fit in, until I grew strong enough to say, "Fuck fitting in," which is what I intend to teach my children from the beginning, no matter what their neurodevelopmental profile happens to be. I'm trying to take ownership of some intense personal things that I've never been able to talk about, things I've said and done, things that have been said and done to me. I have a hard time trusting, and I don't easily share my private thoughts. I'm super protective of my family and my brand, the businesswoman who grew out of a party girl and the party girl who still lives inside the businesswoman. So it scares me to think about what a lot of people will say. But it's time. There are so many young women who need to hear this story. I don't want them to learn from my mistakes. I want them to stop hating themselves for mistakes of their own. I want them to laugh and see that they do have a voice and their own brand of intelligence. And girl, fuck fitting in. And that was the prologue. Wow. I'm impressed. Paris. I'm extremely impressed with this. The next page says, Part 1, never regret anything because at one time it was exactly what you wanted. Marilyn Monroe. So we will get to chapter 1 in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think of Paris Hilton? What do you guys think of her little synopsis of ADHD? I think it was spot on. I think there are so many people who struggle with these kind of things. I have ADHD, I believe. I was only diagnosed with it once and only prescribed something for it once, and it just didn't work out for me. It was not the right fit of medication. It wasn't Ritalin, but it was something along those lines. and it was all bad for me. I couldn't, I think it was Adderall or something like that they put, I don't know, whatever. It was not for me. My children also display a lot of signs of ADHD, and when we used to be trying to get ready to go, that was a very difficult time for the three of us trying to get ready to go somewhere. I remember I made up a little song for it when we were leaving my friend Jocelyn's house. I was just like, 3 people with ADD try to leave a house. 3 people with ADD, because we kept coming back in to get the things that we had forgotten. And so I made a little fun of that situation. Anyway, sometimes the beautiful disaster, it is, in my opinion, a lot like Paris is describing. It's really interesting. I wonder if she just dictated this, or if she sat down to write it, or if she sat down to type it at a computer. I don't know why I wonder that, but I just wonder how she did this. Amazing writing. Like, maybe she's just really, really good at writing books. I don't know. So I'm excited to read this with you guys. If you're enjoying this switch up in content, let me know in the comments. I will try to read them, but my anxiety sometimes gets the best of me, and sometimes I don't look for those comments because I am full of anxiety about them. I don't know. So join us next time when we read the first chapter of Paris the Memoire. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye. I decided to, hello. I'm Mandy. This is Mental Health and Makeup with Mandy. And today we're doing chapter 1 in the Paris the Memoire. If you have not seen the prologue video, that'll be on my channel. Just click on my face, find the video, because I still don't know how to link videos. Guys, all I do is work, and then like I film a few videos here and there. I really need to take some time and learn how to use the camera that I bought, and learn how to link things. And I think well, never mind. Anyway, trusty Coca-Cola here to wet the pipes down. And on we go with this book. Chapter 1. People told me it was stupid to go skydiving the morning after my 21st birthday party in Las Vegas. But back then, I didn't care. And now I know they were wrong. If you want to go skydiving the morning after a level 9 rager, go for it. Your 21st birthday is prime real estate for stupid. And a lot of stupid things you do in your 20s lay the foundation for wisdom later on. As you wise up, you realize that all the stupid things you didn't do, those are regrets. My 20s were like, damn girl, leave no stupid behind. Love the wrong men, hate the wrong men, wear the Von Dutch. I have no regrets. Okay, I have a few regrets. Skydiving is not one of them. When I decided to do it, I was thinking it would be a perfect cherry on top of the star-studded Multicity. Paris. Ring, ring, ring. Paris. Multicity. Listen, girl, I didn't know I was going to be learning new vocabulary. Okay. Pause for a moment. I need to find out what multiplicity means.